If you're a royalist, you'll know how important Earthshot is to the Prince of Wales. Sadly, there's an orange storm alert in place, and tropical downpours forecast. The weather won't dampen William's determination to highlight the groundbreaking environmental solutions that could make a real difference in restoring and protecting our planet. In the latest move set to annoy the royal family, Harry unveiled a slate of engagements that directly clash with William's multi-million-dollar Earthshot prize in Rio de Janeiro. The timing of Harry's announcement, released just as William touched down in Brazil, was viewed by friends of the heir as a deliberate act of provocation. Prince William was greeted by cheers from waiting onlookers as he stepped off the cable car at around 11:55 a.m. local time. He spent the next 10 minutes being shown some of the sights of the city by Mayor Pais, including the Christ the Redeemer statue that William will visit later in the trip. High above Rio de Janeiro's coastline, he was given the keys to the city by Mayor Eduardo Paes, an honor usually reserved for the kings and queens of the famous carnival. While Prince William's trip marks an important milestone in his global environmental mission, much of the media spotlight has shifted toward Prince Harry's announcement. The Duke's latest travel plans have once again sparked headlines, this time for coinciding with Prince William's high-profile Earthshot Prize events in Brazil. Harry is preparing for a significant trip to Toronto, Canada, during the Remembrance period, just as his brother embarks on his first official visit to South America to celebrate environmental innovation. Observers suggest the timing is striking, as his plans appear to unintentionally overshadow William's major moment. Sources close to the Duke insist, however, that the visit has been months in the making and is deeply personal in nature. Weeks ahead of William's trip to Brazil to attend this year's award ceremony, the Prince of Wales held various discussions with his dad. King Charles takes a keen interest in the Earthshot Prize and what the prince is building. The monarch has read the prince's speech. And given that it's such a shared topic that they feel extremely passionate about, Mayor Pais remarked that the prince has the keys, so he can do whatever he wants in the next 72 hours. Rio de Janeiro later revealed that William was amazed by the scenery. He was very nice. It's big honor for the city. The prince then met some of the gathered tourists who'd been surprised by his presence at the top of the cable car station. Taking part in a walkabout, William proved he was the prince of popularity, as members of the public jostled to chat to and have selfies with him. This is a really special thing for the mayor to do, and the backdrop at the top of Sugarloaf is truly breathtaking, a Kensington Palace spokesman said. Meanwhile, Prince Harry's upcoming visit will focus on honoring veterans and engaging with military organizations, a cause that has long defined his public work. Toronto holds special significance for the Duke. It was the birthplace of the Invictus Games in 2017 and the city where his relationship with Meghan first became public. This emotional connection makes the trip both symbolic and meaningful for him. Reports indicate that Harry's team informed royal aides about the trip in advance, in an apparent effort to prevent any scheduling clashes with the King or the Prince of Wales. Regarding the timing of the announcement, it understands that since the Duke of Sussex no longer holds the same level of security as working members of the royal family, the window for publicizing his engagements is much narrower, and announcements are made in line with guidance from his private security advisors and the event's security team. Harry last took part in Remembrance Sunday in 2019. In 2020, he was said to be saddened and disappointed not to have had a wreath laid on his behalf at the cenotaph on Remembrance Sunday. Despite these efforts, many royal commentators argue that the overlap in timing has again created a competitive narrative between the brothers, with Harry's trip drawing attention away from William's landmark event. Meanwhile, Prince William's recent visit to Brazil is designed to spotlight pioneering work in sustainability and conservation. He described the journey as an opportunity to connect with local communities and experience the warmth of the Brazilian people. Yet, as media coverage divides between the two brothers, it's clear that Harry's announcement has complicated William's efforts to keep the focus on environmental innovation. Both princes continue to champion meaningful causes, William through his global environmental leadership, and Harry through his dedication to military service and veteran welfare. Still, their overlapping schedules have reignited public fascination with their strained relationship. Whether coincidence or competition, the timing of Prince Harry's announcement has once again cast a shadow over his brother's big moment, underscoring how intertwined and compared their public lives remain. William and his family have, of course, spent the last week trying to take a break from the Andrew drama, as they enjoyed some family time with their 3 children over half-term. And although his father has been keeping him up to date with negotiations, for the most part, the prince kept a healthy distance between himself and the final outcome due to his fondness for his cousins. It's no secret that he advocated a firm approach and is said to be delighted that his father finally came down on his brother with an iron fist. The future king's ambitious £50 million 10-year prize program is now at the midway point of a critical decade in which to slow the rate of climate change. With the world's eyes turning to Brazil this week, there is no better place to celebrate bold climate leadership. Hosting the Earthshot Prize allows us to not only recognize those driving change, but to be inspired by them. When we work together with optimism and courage, a more sustainable future is within our reach. As the scandal continues to unfold, the source has reported that the king allegedly received full support from the royal family, including his son and future king, Prince William. Rumors have been swirling that the two have a tense relationship, especially after that awkward moment at the Duchess of Kent's funeral, which saw William seemingly trying to avoid his uncle. And as per royal experts, Princess Catherine is actually at the center of the alleged rift. It wrote that Andrew was never welcoming towards Catherine when she joined the royal family. Andrew has never been a great judge of character, so it's not surprising that he would resent someone as stellar as Catherine eclipsing him and pretty much everyone else in the monarchy. And as we say, he's not the only one to make this claim. More recently, these accusations during an interview, alleging that Andrew and William's feud started primarily because of his former issues with and treatment of Catherine, something that William was reportedly not standing for. The feud between Prince William and Prince Andrew started primarily due to Andrew's jealousy and resulting disparaging remarks regarding Catherine. Being fiercely protective, he instituted a zero-tolerance policy toward any wayward behavior or scandals involving Prince Andrew. The Prince of Wales was infuriated by some of Andrew's comments about Catherine. All the more daunting for Andrew was his displacement as his mother's golden boy, since he was viewed as Queen Elizabeth II's favorite. His resentment grew with his plummeting popularity and was then further exacerbated by Catherine's prominence and poise. The reality is that all senior members of the royal family hate being overshadowed by new, young upstarts, in their eyes. Andrew has always wanted more adulation for his 2 daughters. When Catherine came along in the arms of William and was protected by the other royals, it was like a red flag to a bull. Recently, the Wallaces have apparently followed King Charles's lead by making a huge personal donation to the relief efforts in Jamaica. After devastating Hurricane Melissa, the British monarch made a generous donation, International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent. During day 1 of an historic trip to Brazil, Prince William found the time to show off his impressive sporting skills as he teamed up with some enthusiastic locals. When the future king first arrived pitchside, he met a group of volunteers from the project using football to connect with young people and ask them, "My team's Aston Villa. Have you heard of them? You don't have to say yes." The 8-year-old athlete praised the prince's skills, saying he had a lot of energy. "He's tall, he can hit. I think he could be really good if he practiced more. I think he was having fun and was amazing to play with him. It was such a pleasure." The future king would also be welcomed onto Carolina's team. "Yeah, for sure," the Brazilian beach volleyball player said. "He's in.